What's going on, guys? Nick here, aka Drums, bringing you a brand new video today. Playing some Call of Duty as usual, and talking about Call of Duty as usual. So today we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare Remastered in particular. I hope you guys are all excited for this game as much as I am. I really can't express how much I'm really just striving. I'm fiending for this game. I literally need this game. Way too excited. I went to Call of Duty XP, and I cannot tell you how hyped I was when that shit dropped on the screen. I was literally just blown away. That's the only thing I really cared about, aside from playing it, of course. And I think today we're going to go ahead and talk about some major changes that we've seen since the game was announced, since it was playable at COD XP, when everybody got their hands on it, and basically just what has arisen from the developers via Twitter, social media, and just any reports that we've gotten. So let's go ahead and go over the changes that we've seen. So one of the newest updates and changes that we've seen made to Modern Warfare Remastered was the medal system, of course. Now we've seen this, I mean, there's always been some sort of iteration of, you know, kill streak announcements on Call of Duty 4 and whatnot, but it wasn't really until Black Ops 2 that we really got those medals coming on the screen. That's what I'd say is what is most similar to what started this phenomenon and what we've seen come out of the recent iterations of Call of Duty. Now, a lot of people were sort of disgruntled by seeing this in Call of Duty 4, and I'm one of those people that's always open to change. I know this is the remaster. I'm excited that they're bringing in new elements from new Call of Duties to keep it updated and original and, you know, fresh, and I'm totally excited about that. So when the medal system, when I sat down and played the game in Call of Duty XP and I saw it, it really didn't really bother me. It was sort of second nature now. Call of Duty's had this, you know, since at least Black Ops 2. It's been quite a few years, and I think most people are accustomed to this. So when people were seeing on the screen, I know when you watch it from, you know, an outsider looking in perspective, you really notice those kind of things. But to me, I didn't notice playing it, probably because I was way too excited. But I do think that they were, you know, upon watching gameplay of it and whatnot, I did like how they kind of themed it. You know, they're trying to keep the color schemes and the graphic design the same, and I appreciate that. But I think if I had to keep it or lose it, I'm okay with them keeping it in there, and I'm happy that they're going through with it. And I know that they have said, you know, in the recent statements that they're going to ahead, and they've done a lot of actual audio work on this game recently due to backlash from, you know, fans and all those kind of people. So they are going to go ahead, and they've announced that they're going to actually adjust the metal sounds in Modern Warfare Remastered to make them unique and more accustomed to the game, and I really appreciate that. I knew coming into that game when those things were in it that at COD XP they probably weren't 100% locked down. I mean, there's not much you can really do from September to November, I mean, let's just be honest. But I do know that, you know, things like sounds and skins and certain kind of things can be adjusted and changed and swapped out. If they can do it through patches, I know that they can do it through, you know, these kind of updates. So anyways, I'm glad to see that they were going, and they really, I'm really happy at how Raven's been handling everything so far, and I really appreciate what they've done for the community and sort of the feedback that they've given us, that they've actually listened, and they're taking notes as to what we want in this game because they know how important it is to us. So like I said, really appreciative of Raven, and I know that they've been doing work since at least Modern Warfare 3 from what my understanding was, and I'm happy that they've been, you know, here and that they do have experience, and I'm hoping that if this goes well that they'll be able to produce more games like this and potentially their own major Call of Duty title aside from, you know, just Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and etc, etc. Now, the other sort of sounds and major change we've seen recently was the Barrett Desert Eagle RPD M40A3 sounds in Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, when I played the games, the other guns didn't really stand out to me that much. Upon review, I know that there's obviously a clear difference in the sound, the way the guns sound. I think the only one that really stood out to me personally was Desert Eagle. I equipped that on every class. It's the only handgun I really attempted to use or wanted to use because I knew what it was capable of. And, you know, I do know that sound really affects my perspective when playing with a certain weapon, and I totally understand where people are coming from, and it does. I mean, if we're going to remaster it, you know, they have to stick to at least some of the core staples of the game. And being someone who's involved in production and post-production, I understand that sometimes those assets aren't always available to you. I mean, this particular game was done by Infinity Ward, but we all know that the original Infinity Ward that worked on this game is no longer, you know, active, and they're just not, it's just totally different. So I can see if those assets and those sounds and particular animations and things were not transferable because either the interface and the system they're working with can no longer support some of those particular, I don't know, layers of code or whatnot, but I do know that, I'm appreciative that they've given their shot and that they have said that they are willing to work and retool and go back and do some more audio design on those things, and I'm really appreciative of that. So far we have metal sounds are being reworked, and the metals obviously were kind of an issue, but not really. Some of the major weapons like the Bear, Desert Eagle, RPD, M483 sounds are being reworked as well. And finally, one of the other major changes that we've seen recently that has been confirmed from Raven was the icons in the kill feed. So there were melee and headshot to be particular. They were reusing the kill feed from Advanced Warfare, if I'm not mistaken. And to me, that game, the user interface was kind of just didn't really stand out to me. And I know that's was Sledgehammer's game, and maybe that was their first iteration. That's the first major game they've done. And I understand where they're coming from, but I feel like that kill feed, especially when they were using, was really vanilla, boring. There was nothing that stood out to me, and so I'm glad that, like I said, once again, Ravensoft is going back and trying to stick to original COD 4 as much as possible. And I kind of felt when I see that kill feed, it's just copy and paste it from Advanced Warfare. I feel like that's probably something that they intended on fixing or adjusting. But as far as the kill feed sort of played out as it was, I mean, it was still a clean kill feed, and I have really no complaints. Finally, one of the last major updates that we've seen in Modern Warfare Remastered has to be the menus. I mean, the entire multiplayer UI has been redone, and it looks gorgeous. I mean, you have the character profiles right in front of you, and you can now see the classes. Those are just things that are standard to Call of Duty now, and people would probably not really put up with that kind of crap, in a new release, even though it's a remaster. And when I sat down, it was beautiful, and I've been recently going back to play old Call of Duty 4, and that user interface it's definitely clean and simple, but it's a little too simple. It's not what I think people are willing to pay for nowadays, and there's no reason that Raven could just leave a user interface menu system like that in this game still. It would be blasphemy, I think, if they did that, and I'm really happy that they put a lot of work. It seems like they put a lot of work into the aesthetic of the game itself and trying to make it brand new while also keeping that core Call of Duty feel and that core Modern Warfare feel to the game, and I'm really happy about that. I just want to wrap up the video by sort of talking about some things that I hope will come to this game. I do hope that they do release some weapon skins and things like that. I think it'd be interesting, and everyone's been talking about the inspect feature, something that was not mentioned at all when I went to play the game, and I'm really bummed that I didn't get to actually do the inspects. I would have liked to have tried them out on a lot of different kind of guns and weapons. We only have what other YouTubers reported. So I do think that is something that they can really utilize in the game, and I'm hoping to see maybe some things like that. Just sort of things that are aesthetic in the game that won't change the core gameplay and that people will enjoy to drive, community interaction. I know that Christmas Crash is also something that a potential map that could come out, which would be awesome. A beautiful skin that was done in the PC version of the game back when it was in its prime. And also the variety map pack. I'm really hoping that comes out as well. There's no excuse why they can't release that, and I'm really excited. I mean, there was definitely no excuse why they couldn't put all 16 maps in the game. That's not something crazy to ask for, and I'm happy that they're going to release it for free. I'm hoping that this will be a game that will outlast for a while, and I feel like with the inspect feature and some of the things they've been doing in this game, that's just called Modern Warfare Remastered, so COD 4, nothing attached to it. I'm hoping that it could be a potential offshoot of Call of Duty to go into, a really level modern platform for competitive gaming, kind of like Counter-Strike. This is their answer to Counter-Strike, and I'm hoping that Activision can really pull this off. And maybe I'm asking for too much here, but I'm hoping that this is something that will stand the test of time. So, like usual, if you guys could drop a like on the video, I really appreciate all the feedback and support on the video. It definitely helps me grow. And if you guys, have anything you'd like to hear about Modern Warfare Remastered, my opinion, if you guys have some opinions on it, definitely drop a comment. Let me know if you're interested in seeing any kind of gun skins come into the game, and if there's any those kind of aesthetic changes or something that you'd be interested in. So anyways, thanks for watching as usual, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe for more videos, and see ya!